Today's story is Some of Us Are Looking at the Stars by BleepBloop1990, which is an awesome username, by the way. Log entry, 2100 Eastern Time, September 16th, 2046. We were supposed to be the first colony on Mars, but not its last. Staring at the figures blinking softly on the screen, nobody said a word. Maybe if we... began Terrace before trailing off hopelessly. I watched it slowly dawn on the 12 members of our expedition. It wasn't possible. If we just had a few more weeks, that last resupply would have... But we didn't. Kilo cut Samantha off, sharply but not angrily. I looked out the viewport, the churned ground close to the base slowly giving way to smooth, red emptiness and black sky. The white walkway leading to the nearly finished greenhouse glowed dully. Terrence wordlessly pressed a button on the dashboard. The black screen which loomed over us flicked on, but showed nothing but static. We lost contact with Earth 5 days ago, 2 weeks after the last resupply rocket arrived, and 3 weeks after General Riker had seized Columbus from one of the 3 men claiming to be the President of the United States. At first, we largely ignored the reports coming in from Earth, superstorms, international instability, localized war, and political gridlock were constant before we'd left, and we'd all had our reasons for leaving that increasingly hot and crowded blue dot behind for the thrill of taking part in Operation Phoenix. I remember feeling like the hopes of a whole species were riding on us when I stepped on the gleaming angular spaceship for the first time. The news coming in from Control had become increasingly concerning in almost direct proportion to the infrequency with which it arrived. The riots grew and spread, and the images of burning cities, crowds clashing in the streets, and emaciated children lining the highways of America filled our screens. One night, I came in after spending a frustrating day trying to figure out why the potato stems were wilting to see Samantha sitting in the dark, her eyes wide and face wet, watching images of American aircraft carriers floating up the Hudson as smoke engulfed the New York skyline. We were close, so close. Just a few more materials, a little more time, and we might have made this place self-sustaining. Thomas was the first to do it. We found him the next morning outside with his legs crossed and his helmet open. His eyes were shut and he looked peaceful. He was not the last to choose this option rather than wait for the life support to give out or the food stores to dwindle. As I slowly grow weaker, I lay on my back, looking at the stars. The same stars I glimpsed faintly as a child during the power outages that often swept through the Calcutta slums. I would stare at those bright dots through the overhanging roof and tangled wires, and imagine escaping the urban jungle I grew up in to the stars. Now that I finally had, the jungle had grown to swallow the whole world. End entry. Log number 136489. So that, my friends, was Some of Us Are Looking at the Stars by BleepBloop1990, which again is an amazing username. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a fantastic short story. I know it was shorter than my normal ones, but I wanted to give that one its own episode because it fit with the sci-fi themes so well that I've been trying to do this month. Successfully, I might add. Well, if you guys did enjoy it and would like content so similar and so vastly different It's like comparing cybersecurity to apple cider. Please consider joining the Nevermore. To join the Nevermore, all you have to do is hit that little subscribe button and that tiny bell icon next to it, and that makes you part of the Nevermore. You can do things to support the growth of the Nevermore, such as following me on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit, and you can also support the Nevermore through Patreon and Coffee, if you choose. All of this is optional. Every single one of them is greatly appreciated. All that said, my friends, I want to let you know that I love every single one of you. You're all amazing people, and I know we all get wrapped up inside of our minds sometimes, but I want you to know something. That dark place in your head is just in your head. Those ideas that it creates, those thoughts that manifest from that negativity that you create within your own self is just that. It's within yourself and nothing more. Those negative thoughts you have, other people aren't necessarily having them. If you're in a place like that, reach out to someone that cares about you. Reach out to anyone. You'll find more people care about you than you might think. But make sure you reach out and talk to someone, okay? Just promise me you guys will do that. All that said, friends, I hope you have a fantastic week. It's Monday, but here we go. Much love, guys. Sleep well.